baseline finish. Mhm. Okay. For now, if you'll see, both the dates are same: start, finish, and baseline start, baseline finish. Why? Because project haven't been started yet. We haven't started the project. We'll update it and we'll see like what are the changes. But now, before moving ahead, one thing is very important, okay, to understand. And what is that? That when you were using Primavera, you were getting two options. You can do the scheduling by duration percentage type, and you can do by physical percentage type, and it were having their own advantage. If your activities are getting delayed, and let's say your baseline is 24, start date is 24, and let's say you got delayed and you haven't started on 24, then if you are using the duration percentage complete type, it will give you the wrong result in terms of delay. So in Primavera, we are having an option to add the physical percentage complete type, and we were able to tackle this problem. But here in Microsoft Project, you have to update your project based on duration percentage complete. There's no any other options. Okay. Now, how to do that? How to update the projects? So before moving and start updating the projects and seeing the changes here in the Gantt chart, let us quickly create a resource and quickly, you know, get understanding about the resources also. Okay. So to create a resource, I'll again go to the Gantt chart and I'll go here on resource form, resource sheet. Sorry, resource sheet. So I'll give it a name to the resource, labor. Type will be work. See, there you were having labor resources, non-labor resources, and material resources. Here you have work, material, and cost. Work is for the labor, material is for the material, and cost is for the, work is for the labor resources, non-labor resources. Material is for the material resources, and cost is for the extra costs, extra expenses, right? So this is how maximum is something, the maximum unit which you have given. So let's say you say like, okay, I have 10 labors for this project, so I'll give 10 into 100, 1000 maximum unit. Standard rate I have given, let's say 100 rupees per hour. I have 10 number of labors and productivity for them is 1000% maximum I can give. Denote to the project. So I'm going back to the Gantt chart view, and these two activities are being done parallelly. So what I'll do, I'll assign the resources here on these two activities. How to assign resource? You have the tab here. So I have created labor resource. I'll select the labor from here, and I have to decide the number of resources I have assigned. So I'll say like assign here 7, 7%, 700%, right? And pretty also 700%. Go here and I'll change the fix. duration. And duration was something around 10 days, if I'm not wrong. And here also I'll convert it to fixed duration. I'll assign the resources. I have assigned the resources to these two activities. Okay, just to show you how to assign the resources, right? And as soon as I have assigned the resources to these two activities, you will see it will go to the corners. They have these red color marks. Why this red color mark? This red color mark shows the over allocation of the resources. Now, why over allocation? You were having 1000 percentage of availability and you have assigned 700 to this and 700 to another activity, and total is 1400. And these two activities are being worked out parallelly, right? And if something is being worked out parallelly, then definitely the availability is 1000 and you are using 1400. So there will be an over allocation. So that is the reason you are seeing the over allocation here. So how to fix this? The one way is that you bring down this. Instead of using 700, if let's say you will use 200, then you will see the over allocation gone. Why? Because now you are using under the availability. Correct. Let's do the control Z. You have the over allocation, and there's a constraint. You cannot decrease the number of resources. Then another thing is what? You have to extend this activity. And let's say in your schedule, everywhere there is this kind of over allocation. Then the best way is to what? To use the leveling option, right? What is this? There's an option of resource leveling for the project, which you will go to resource tab and you'll get here resource leveling, right? You can select the resource to which you want to label this, and what the leveling will cause, your project duration will get increased. If there will be float, then it will reduce the float, or else the duration will be increased. Why? Because now this work will not happen parallelly. You will do these works separately. Like after completing first activity, you'll start then another activity. Why? Because this is a labor constraint. You have an availability of 700,000 and you are using 1400. So let's see. The project duration is 260 days now, 263 days, and I'm going to label this resource and see the project duration increased 271 days and the over allocation is gone. Got it? Over allocation is gone now. Why? Because in actual now you are executing this activity after the completion of the previous one. See the change in the Gantt chart. Right? But this thing, what I have done now, is the part of pre-planning. While creating a baseline, when you were creating the baseline, right, and you were assigning, when you are creating a baseline, that is the part when you will assign the resource, and you'll see, you'll make sure that there is no over allocation in your schedule, right? Do the leveling, change the relationship if required, manage the labors if required, and all. Then only come up with a baseline schedule, right? So this is how I just wanted to show you, like, okay, how to assign resources, how to see the over allocation and all. Now let's quickly go ahead and update the schedule. Try to update this. So the first activity is this one. So there is an option. Let's say I'll go to the task. You have some shortcuts given here. Let's say the activity is 25% complete, 50%. You can directly click and mention the progress here. So let's say I'll say like first activity is 100% completed. So I'll select this activity and click here on 100. So it denotes, like, see, the bar got blue and the percentage complete is 100%. I'm moving to the next activity. Okay, moving to the next activity, and I'll say the again this activity is 100% completed. So it has already mentioned this as 100%. Now what is happening here? If you are updating these activity, what is happening? Right? It is taking the start and finish dates, whatever you have mentioned in the baseline. They are not showing the delay. But what happened? What will happen? Let's say this activity PCC is completed and reinforcement. You have planned that you will start the reinforcement activity on 26th of May. But let's say this got delayed. Then how you will take care of that while updating? Because you don't have any options to apply the date here. Right? Then how? For that, you have to click here on Detail tab. And you will click here on Actual. Now in Actual, you can give the dates. So see, the baseline is 26. So now in Actual, instead of 26, you have started on, let's say 30. And you have finished on, instead of 1st, you have finished on 4th. So click here on OK. So as soon as you have done this, see the changes now in the Gantt chart. This is your baseline and this is the actual. This activity is started up, a bit delay as compared to your baseline, and it is going here. And it has moved all the activities in your schedule. You can see all the activities in your scheduler got shifted. And hence, because of this, your project duration will also get increased. First, you were finishing your project on 24th, and now you will be finishing our project on 26th. So there's a delay of 2 days just because of these. Because few days delay managed by the available float, but still you have a delay, causing delay, and that is why the overall duration increased for your project. And now it will take, now the finish date has updated to 26th instead of 24th. You understood like how to update the schedule? Have you guys understood? Any